friends, y'all, I just had some crazy nib adventures. This happened. Maybe, I don't know. I just, lots of stuff went wrong for me, is what it comes down to. And I just shoved a nib in my pen, and, you know, I'm hoping that it works out okay for me. Because, yeah. Now I can't see which way this is supposed to go because I'm blind. Let's get the loop. Oh, well. Oh, it liked going in that way. There we go. Okay, so what happened is I made a mess, and I have a bunch of nibs, and I don't know what they are, and I don't have a system for organizing them, and it's starting to feel like that might be a mistake. It's only starting to feel like that. So what this video is supposed to be, I had 7 minutes, and I was like, this is a mess. Let's restart. And this is how we restarted. So keep that in mind. How much worse was it, right? I think this is the wrong, move on, Maria. So let's set nibs aside. We are not having fun with nibs anymore. Not that I was ever having fun, but we're gonna move these aside. They're gonna be out of my way so that we can look at all these pens. That is the plan. Because I wanna redo my pen organization. I wanna look at what I have and find a place for everything. Cannot believe this. So I brought out my pin box. The top tray holds 12 pins. The bottom 2 trays hold 11 each. And then I have 2 of these. I kind of want to get rid of one of them that hold 40 pins each. And this pin, oh, I'm so sad about. It's broken. At least I was able to get the nib from it into another pen because I had bought a titanium nib for it. So I was not going to plan on taking all of my pins out of here, but we're doing it because I need to. We need to organize. I have a lot of pins, and this is not quite all of them. I have 2 more on their way to me. Don't know when I'll get them. Soon, I hope. And then that's it, right? I don't ever need any more pins. Oh my God. Should we count how many we have? I don't think we should. What I'm going to do is put all the Twisbees together. There are many. That is the one, I mean, as with many people, I think, that's the brand that I have the most of. We've got one of them here is inked, but that's easy to tell because you can see the ink in it. Thanks, Twisbee. I have more ink that are not here. Now, did I miss any Twisbees in the pile? Go over them one by one and look at how beautiful your pens are. I also want to think about which are my favorites. Which are the ones that I'm like, oh, I want to ink that one. Always, you know? It's like there are pens I look forward to being able to use more than others. So this had 6 pens that are currently inked, and I inked up for the new year 4 more last night. I filmed this on the 1st for the record. So, okay. I have all my pins on this desk. Here. I'm going to carefully take you out of your little cradle and show you the 4 pins. The 4 pins, Maria. This is more than 4. Is it? Yeah. Those are all the pins, I hope. I looked in all the places to make sure I wasn't forgetting any. This should be all of them. And there's an extra Twisby over here, but that's not mine. It's my partner's. Do I see all the Twisbys? I think so. What other pins do I have many of? Lamy. I think this is a Lamy party right here with all the Lamies together. Walltown, which they're already hanging out. Wait, is that true? No. One of them's here because I just inked it. Any other brands that I have a lot of? Kaweco, I have 4. Bennu, I have 3. Carolina Pinko, I have 3, correct? Correct. Mayfair, I have 3. Though, one of them is on the list for the chopping block. Okay. We're doing well. So, this pin, my boss gave me. The nib's too small. I should try and replace the nib and then maybe I'll use it more. I like that it is magnetic, but it's a chonker. My boss gave me this too, which I quite like, but the thing corroded. So maybe I can get a replacement. I could reach out to them. But these 2 are going in the pin case of, I like to look at these and they're a nice memory. Which is honestly true for this Arbonne. This Ototasque is cool. We got this in an ink flight. You know what? Doesn't this only take cartridge? Yeah. That might mean this we set aside for the chopping block. I need a better organization for chopping block. Oh, here. I'll put it over here in my ink pen. Then this platinum placer. I like the preppy, but I don't like this as much. Do I have a converter in you? Yeah. You know what it is? It looks cheap. What if I colored this band with like nail polish? It might ruin it, but maybe I would like it more. Anyway, I have like ones that I know are going in the binder and I'm not putting them in my, whatchamacallit over there, the case. These are binder. These I'm getting rid of. Am I? No, this one I'm keeping. Because I bought a bunch. It's cracked. And I don't want to give somebody a cracked pen. But it's memories. This one I'm getting rid of. If anybody wants it, it's free. It came free with ink. It's an okay pen, but I never use it. This Moon Man is also one I'm keeping for the memories. I bought this when I started my current/last job. This looks almost, you know what? We don't have to look at that now. But this belongs in the binder. And this friend is just ridiculous, and I like it because it's stupid. Yeah. Yeah. But this doesn't fit anywhere. I actually keep this in the drawer with my coloring cards. So I'll put it with the like binder stuff, but I don't think it'll end up there. What else do we have here? Anything that we're like, binder. Okay, let's talk about this. This is my vintage pen. It's beautiful if you like green and gold. I don't. It writes phenomenally. I'm going to sell it. I feel sad, but it's because it's got such a great like vintage flex nib. It's such a wonderful pen that I wish I loved it more, but it's over there to sell. Pilot Metropolitan. This might have been my very first fountain pen. I am getting rid of this. It's not the right pen for me. This Nemesine Singularity, a coworker of mine flicked the thing off. And I'm going to, this is I think a fine nib, which isn't for me, but their nibs are great. So I'm going to pass that on. This stupid Pilot Kakuno. What nib size did I get? Let's check really quick. I got a medium and it's still too fine for me, I think. I will try one more time. Will I? I put a really light ink in it and I didn't like it. So maybe, I don't have any pinks inked up. Maybe I'll put a pink in here and try it. And we'll set this aside. Otherwise, we're selling it. I love it. Decisive. That's like 5 pins on the block. I hear my partner shuffling along out there. What am I thinking right now? Are there any of these that I'm like, I don't want you? Okay, there are some that are contentious, and I feel like, what about it? The 2 pins that I got from the pin show this year, I don't love either of them. This one, this Mayfair, I love the pen. I do. But the color, I was hoping that like I would love it. I'm not loving it. So I might sell this one because I want it to be loved. It's Abigail from Turn Pen Co. The pen is great. I bought a different Noldor in a more me color. I'm going to put that aside. It might go. This one from Carolina Pen Co. I like, except this is kind of looking beigey to me. So I'm considering this one. But it's not going with the other ones yet. The other one I'm considering is this because of the green in it. But for now it stays. And I'm considering getting rid of this. This is a Pro Gear with a broad nib. And it's beautiful, but I rarely use it. And since I got this one, I love this one so much. Ooh, I bet I could switch the nibs if I wanted, but I don't think I want to. I really like this one. So this might go. Let's set it aside. And what I'm going to do with some of the more like, ooh, do I really want to get rid of this pens is like set them and think about them. I'm also considering giving up this one because I rarely reach for it, but it's so obnoxiously fun. You know what I should do is buy some nibs. I keep thinking I'll do that, and then I balk at the price of them. But if I had originally done that when I had the thought, would have nibs and they'd have been cheaper than they are now. So, boo. Now, let's assume that I'm keeping all of these. How many are there? Because that thing can hold, what did we say? 12 plus 22, 34. So then I can pick 34. 12. What are my 12 that go on top that are my favorite? Well, obviously, we have a theme with the favorites right now. Except for, it's kind of like, here's the theme, and one of these things is not like the other. But it's like two of these things are not like the other. One moment, please. Y'all, he wasn't out there, so I don't know what I heard. So, you know what pen I'm always looking forward to? This one. The Studio with the gold nib. Always. So that might go up top. One of my new pens might go up top. What's funny is it was before, it was like, oh, these are my most expensive pens. But like what is my very most expensive pen is, I think, this one. Wild, right? Second is one of those two. Okay. So here's this. Let's start putting some in to see how many we have left. I realize I could just count, but I can't because like I want to see them. And there's this part of me that thinks I should only have one pen per maker up here, but that's foolish. I don't love having these two on the top. Well, aesthetically, because they don't fit the aesthetic. And that's what this is about. So maybe that helps us decide. I think maybe my two that are this, and then I want to love this more than I do. It's because this is yellowy. But the pen is lovely. Like it's, yeah. The pen is just gorgeous. Okay. Do you belong there? I think you do. I almost feel guilty that there's some of these beautiful maker pens that are not getting a spot at the top. This one has always been at the top. Did I ink? Are you inked? No. It was inked. I do look forward to inking that up. This one's inked. I gotta work on these threads again. They're a little tight. So which one's... Do you want to see? Because currently there's 12. But that means that if I'm right and I want to put that more recent acquisition, 2 of them have to go. Well, then actually, maybe this is okay. Here's what we have. Oh, sorry, friends. Oh my gosh, I apologize. So currently, up here, it looks like this. I have 2 Watts from Walltown, 2 Charlestons from Carolina Pen Co. This is a woodshed pens. This is a little pen design. Honestly, this is one of my favorite pens. I like how it's just like short and flat on the top. It's I'm so sad. My Prospector from Newton. I've got my Mayfair, the one that looks like this. The Santini Libra, my Visconti Unicorn. and my Sailor Imperial Black and my Lamy Studio. What do we think about these being up here? Well, the order is wrong. You know, that's not right at all. Oh, that's way more aesthetically pleasing, right? Are there any that I feel like should be up here? You know which one is usually up there? The rose tea. So the one other thing that gives me pause about putting the Lamy up here is like I kind of like keeping all the Lamys together. So maybe I will put this one up there. This one, I don't regret per se, but it writes so dry that I've got to only put really wet inks in it. But I'll put you back up top, buddy. That was an expensive one too. Okay, how are we feeling about that? That's good for now. Now we got to take up the pens that have ink in them. This one, I think I just inked. Yep, that's inked. These two are inked, and this one is inked. These three I inked last night. So what does that tell you, right? And then this had been inked. It's got Sailor California, which I love. Then, you were still inked. Yep. This one's inked. But we can't put those anywhere yet. We got to find a place for them in the drawer, because these are drawer. So then maybe what we do is the top drawer is maker pens. What else could fit up here? How many Lamys do I have? Wow, I have kind of a lot of Lamy. That won't fit. I've got 5. Room for 5 more. I could put... Here's an interesting conundrum. I have 3 by Franklin Christoph, except this is under their Piper Trading brand, and I love the shape of it, to be honest. I like how it's super basic. It's got this obnoxious music nib on it. But I wouldn't want to keep it with these. And in fact, yeah, I don't know about these. This one I'm tempted to let go because I think this would work way better eyedroppered, and I don't use it that way. I use a mini converter that can only be filled like a third full. Like a little bit ridiculous. Maybe my Benugo here. And we'd have room for one more. Yeah, and then that also leaves room for the other new one. Assuming I keep them. And then, here's the problem, right? I have one more drawer, and I feel like you gotta put your, you know, you've got your pricey German pens. I like having a German pen family in here, you know. And that leaves 2 more spaces. You know what's funny? I have all these like expensive pens. This one is one of my favorites. My Chemical Bouquet. Okay, since we're talking about expensive pens belong my Platinum and my Laban. But now we have like a few kind of pricey pens that don't have homes here, but I think I'm okay with it. I feel bad that the pen my partner gave me does not currently have a spot, but that's okay. We have to be okay. I think none of these are inked, though this one I'm gonna ink. You know what? I'm thinking of getting rid of this pen too. That's why that platinum converter was hanging out, everybody, because I put a cartridge in it last time. Thanks for the reminder. It's a beautiful pen, but I don't always like write with it a ton, and it should be written with. So, considering it. Okay, you I inked. You're still inked. You are new inked. This was full, so if we don't end up with 6 pins in here, then I've got to dig and figure things out. Like, I got to say, this pen, it's empty, and I'm like, I got to fill it. That's like the right way to feel about your pens, I think. Also, if you're in this, do you have this situation within your pen cases where you have to make these like tough choices? And then, how many do we have here? 12. Wouldn't you know it? 10. Ugh, what a pain in the tuchus. So, oh, but that doesn't include these. So fat pen. Did you guys hear that? What was that? We'll put them here. Oh, I think some of these also ended up in the thing because I didn't want to stretch out these. Or like this is loose. I actually I low-key do not love the sport. It always, always, always dries out before I write a page and I have to prime it. And it's a pain to prime, right? Yeah, it is. So, this is my one and only Jen Hao. I think I like that. I haven't even mentioned my Faber-Castell Hexo. It's fine. Oh, it was this pin rolling over here, I think. Slow roll. Maybe it's foolish to keep a pen that I know I'm not going to use and that always falls out of this case and irritates me. What do you think? So that's full. And then I have only 22 spaces left. And friends, that might be an issue. We have 26. Well, first up, always keep at least that many pins inked, right? Okay, we're good. So let's take out the odd ones out, which are the Goes, the 580, the Mini, and the 750. Then we have to organize these in a pleasing color. Because, right? Where does plum belong? Next to red or next to this one? What do you think? Oh, I think it maybe has to go there. Or, no. This slate blue almost doesn't belong with the blues. Almost belongs over here. But that irritates me. Oh, and this purple. Hello. Hello? Where would you put the slate blue? Also, where do you put the plum? These together are gorgeous. But this doesn't fit. This doesn't belong between those, you know? Maybe there? What if I did that and then did that? That's not so bad. And then if I did the blues in this reverse order, like, oh no, like that, yeah. These don't like merge. In fact, it's like, put those over there, like backwardsies. Like this. Is this super pleasing? I think so. Then how many go together? 10. Oh, that doesn't work. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like that. I think that's it. And that's, of course, since it's the blues. Okay, these are killing me. Maybe they don't belong in here and they belong somewhere else. I think that's the case. These go somewhere else. They don't belong in a pin case for pins that I'm going to use, you know? Yeah. So, when I open this, this is what I see. And I think they go in this way. Do you feel like I'm silly for spending this much time organizing these, or would you also be spending this much time organizing these? I'd like to know. And you can be honest. You can be like, Maria, you are showing levels of obsession or compulsion that seem unhealthy. And you'd be wrong. But you can think that because we're all entitled to our opinions. And if you're watching this, everyone is entitled to my opinion. Do they fit? They fit better this way, but they're like more of a pain in the butt to get to. But maybe that's okay, because it's not like this is not the like, oh, I'm using this all the time and I have to pull them in and out all the time. This is like when I'm inking. Okay, but that's all right. We had to change our mind once, but now the next side, we follow this. Because I don't like stretching out the elastic, and these bands are slightly stretching it. Yeah, because then these go this way. I like that. So then we have these here. You know what, actually, what I want is for them to end with these together. I think. Y'all, I'm going to end up changing my mind again, and you are going to be like, for the love of God, woman! And I'll laugh. Wait, did I have them? It doesn't matter if you had them this way. You can change them later, Maria. Okay. So that leaves me with one more pin I can put here, which is going to either be the VAC 700R or the Diamond 580. Well, clearly what I need to have, I need to get one more eco. Look, Twisby. How about one of these marbly ones in shades of pink, okay? Be a stand-up guy, Twisby, and do it. So maybe I just leave that empty for now and keep these together. I kind of wish they were there, but they're not. They're going to go over here where they totally fit, and there's tons of room. There's not enough room. So then let's take out the pins I'm unlikely to use, and let's make this the like I'm actually going to reach for these pins. I think that's fair. I think that's fair, and we'll do that from this order. So like this one I'm not going to use unless I get a different nib, but it can stay because I sometimes use it for the 30 inks. And this one, this is eyedropper. And then I question, if I know I'm gonna not reach for it, should I be keeping it, right? I think that's a fair question to ask me and for me to think about. Perfectly fits. We did it. That's like my pin collection video too. I have a lot of pins. Still less than 100. So that leaves these. Okay, this doesn't count. That leaves these as my pins of like, probably not going to use these. This one to me, I got it when I was with Manda on a trip and I want to keep it. Some of them, and I like that some of them like are, I should replace the nib. Like this one, I should replace the nib. This one, I should replace the nib. And then I will like it more, you know? It's not like it's going to change it to this fantastic pin, but I'll like it more. These date back to a time when I would listen to Reddit, and they seem to think that what you really need in a pin is the biggest ink capacity ever. And you know what I need in a pin? Not that. I have 1 million inks. I want small ink capacity so I can get through them and play with them. I don't know a future in which I'm using an eyedropper pen. And I don't know that this can take a converter. I have some, but I'm not going to dig for the right one. I could look into it. If this could take a converter, this I'd keep. And I guess this one's fine. This is good for like, I just got an ink sample. Let's dump it in here and use it up. I suppose that's true for both of these. Yeah. And this one is so cute. It's a shark. This is like the early shark where it didn't have the hooded nib. They have hooded nibs now. More shark-like. But it's so cute. So those are like memory things. This is a memory thing. Yeah. I'm okay with keeping these somewhere, which is the problem. Somewhere. Now, I have to pull out my inked pins out of here. Almost forgot to do that. Good job, Maria. That's got ink in it. This shouldn't. That I cleaned. So this one, no, cleaned. That has ink. That has ink. Then, no, those are clean. Transparent purple has ink. That makes it 6. So those should be the only ones with ink. No, that makes it 7. Oh, right, because one was downstairs. Whew, I'm glad I kept checking. Glad I kept checking. So, for now, we'll let this live in the empty TWSBI slot until TWSBI puts out that marbled pink one that I've requested. Everybody, let's make that happen. Now these can go back in here. This one I'm going to ink up. What do we want to ink it with, friends? This I've been writing with for a game that we're doing. It's one where like I'm solving a murder. You know, just Christmassy things. A pink. A well lubricated pink. What does that sound like to you? It brings one ink to mind, to me. Let's see if we are aligned on this. Let's see if you're thinking the same ink I am. Leave it in the comments. I'll trust you. If you say, oh, I knew you were going to get that one, I'm going to trust you. I'm not going to think, oh, they just, like, whatever. We're in the honor system here. I'm going to do Pilot Tsutsuji. Ugh. Iroshizuku. Ugh. I was having like feelings yesterday watching videos where people are like, I can't pronounce these things. And I'm like, but all the sounds are the same as in English. But then I'm like, calm down, Maria. You can't pronounce all the things either. Okay, I filled it all the way. We'll write it in the book. I started trying to do a thing where I fill it and then I expel some ink, but I don't have my little container anymore up here of water to squish the ink out into, because one of my pens like always burps. Which one is it? Oh, the Libra. There's not much ink in here. I mean, it's because this converter does not hold much ink. It's not me. I did full as much as it would fill. Pilot pen. Wait, this is last year's. What? Oh my gosh. Pilot pen, Pilot ink. Oh, so what I had in it before was a Sailor Ink Studio. And it's a very dry pen, or dry ink. So that wasn't a fair chance. So this is the first pen inked of the year. This is the Pilot Kakuno Pink with a medium nib. This is not medium. Look. This is not medium. This is fine. I kind of wish that Japanese pen makers would just get in line with like literally the rest of the nib making world with sizing. Because people will say Eastern nibs, and it's like, no, they'll say Eastern versus Western, but like, y'all, China makes nibs too. In fact, they make a lot of nibs, and guess what? They're basically the same size as like the German ones. It's really just the Japanese that are making such fine nibs. And, you know, that's fine. I'm going to get over it. I'm just frustrated that I can't get this in a wider nib because it's cute. Look at it, cutie. Now we'll put this in, oops, we'll put this in here. New pens for the new year. And it feels good to have this organization too, you know? You know what we could do? I'll make a separate video of setting up planners and stuff like that. Maybe I already did that. Did we mark down all the pens that we cleaned? Oh, that's still inked. This is still inked. That's not inked. We cleaned that last night. How about that one? That's still inked. Good job. Good job. Well, I hope you enjoyed this long and rambling video about pens. Look at these gorgeous, gorgeous pens. I had fun. Did you have fun? I hope you had fun. These screws are standing slightly proud. Okay, come on, move on. I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.